Okay, now we have seen what is Conda environment, why we need to use, and how we can maintain the project inside the Conda environment. So now we'll see practically how to create Conda environment, install packages. So whatever we have discussed till now in theoretical concept, we will see that in practical. Okay. So first thing we need to do is open a CMD. So to open a CMD, you can just type CMD, and CMD is basically a Windows command prompt where you can run all the code files, means all the command. You can run Python code as well. So this is my CMD terminal. You can just type search button, type CMD, it will open up, or else you can type Windows R, and here also you can type CMD and click on OK. So this black terminal will pop up. Now here we need to run those commands which will create and show all the environments present in my machine. So first thing you need to verify whenever you open a CMD terminal is to make sure that whether you have installed Python properly or not, and all your environment variables are correctly assigned to the your computer environment variables or not. So what you can do, you can just type Python, click on enter. You can see this Python terminal will open up now. Now here you can see there is a Python version 3.11.5. So this is my base Python environment. So this is default, which we have already discussed. Now let's say here if I type print quotes hello world, and if I click on enter, it will execute the Python code. So now in CMD terminal, if I type Python, it will start the Python environment, and here you can run your Python code. So here you cannot type your Conda commands. So that's why first you need to make sure that you exit this Python environment. And now we can type the Conda command. Now the thing is, if you type Python and click on enter, your Python terminal will open up. But we don't have to use Python terminal for this Conda environment. This is just to check whether you have Python is properly working or not. Now there are few cases where you will face issue. Let's say if you type Python and click on enter, it will display a message that Python is not recognized as an internal and external command. That is this is the reason, because you have not installed your Python or Anaconda environment in your machine. So first install that properly, and let's say you have installed the Python and Anaconda environment properly, but even if you type Python and click on enter, it will directly open up Windows Microsoft Store. That means your Python environment variable is not properly assigned. So make sure that you set your Python environment variable in your machine's environment variable. Okay. Now, second thing you need to verify is Conda. So let's say if I type Conda ka keyword and click on enter, then it will display this kind of message. Now, if you see this kind of message, that means your Conda environment variable is properly set and it is working fine. So we can create Conda environment directly. Now, let's say if you type Conda environment, let me clear the screen first. You can type clear, and here you can see clear is not recognized as an internal and external command. The thing is, this is the Windows machine. So in Windows machine, if you want to clear the terminal screen, you need to type CLS, not clear. So clear is not working in my machine. That is why it is showing is not recognized as an internal and external command. In your case, if you type Conda and if it is not properly installed, you can see that message here, like Conda is not recognized as an internal and external command. So that is why I told you to set your environment variables properly. So now I can type simple CLS, okay, CLS, and click enter. Okay, so if you type Python and you get proper 3.11.5 thing, that means you have installed Python properly. You can also type Python __ version to check which Python version you are currently using. So this is my Python 3.11.5 version, and this is my base version. So whatever project I will write, I will run directly on base project also. Now, if Conda is also working properly, then you can write Conda commands, which I will show you now only. But let's say if you type Conda command and it is not working, you're getting error as Conda is not recognized an internal and external command, then as I said, you can set your Conda environment variable properly, or else I will show you one alternate method. You can go to search bar, type Anaconda prompt. So you don't have to open this Anaconda navigator. Go to Anaconda prompt. So Anaconda PowerShell prompt is different and Anaconda prompt is different. So you don't use PowerShell because it's little tricky to use. So as a beginner, I will recommend you to use Anaconda prompt and Windows CMD terminal. But if you are facing issue in CMD terminal while typing Python and Conda, you are getting messages not recognized as an internal and external command, then you can go to Anaconda prompt. And here all the things will work smoothly because this is a dedicated Anaconda like terminal. So for this particular Anaconda prompt, you don't need to set environment variable, but this is just an alternate technique, but I will highly recommend to install your Python version properly. Okay. Now, when I say install the Python version properly, you don't need to install Python separately. You just have to install your Anaconda distribution, and inside the Anaconda distribution only, you will get your proper Python version. And if you are installing Anaconda as well as dedicated Python, then in your machine there will be two Python. So you will face conflict. So I will highly recommend only install Anaconda distribution. Otherwise, you will face this kind of minor issue. Okay. Now here, if you type Conda and press enter, then you will not face any issue. It will work smoothly. So if you face any kind of issue on CMD for a temporary period, you can stick to Conda environment, this Anaconda prompt. Now we'll move on to the CMD part. Okay, so let me clear the screen first. Okay, now first we'll see how many Conda environments are present in my machine. So to list down all the Conda environments, you can type Conda info -envs, enter. And now it will pop up all the Conda environment which I have created in my machine. So you can see these are the environment present in my machine. Now if you run this command like Conda info -envs on your machine, maybe you will get only one environment base. So this will be present in all the machine if you have installed Anaconda, because this is your default base environment. All this other environment I have created manually. So maybe if you have not created those environment, you will only get one option as base environment using this command. Okay. So we'll note down all the commands that we are using now. So first thing is see all the Conda environment. So for that, you can write this command Conda info -envs. This command will list down all the environments which is present in my machine. Okay. Now let me clear the screen again. Now let's say if I want to create one environment in my machine, so I can write this command Conda create -name, and this part is common, like Conda create, this is fixed, -name, this is an argument where you will pass the name of your environment. So let's say I will pass demo and enter. That means now I want to create a Conda environment and that environment name is demo. Okay, so it will pop up few messages and then you will get option proceed yn. So if I click on Y, enter, it will download some dependencies in your case because I have already created most of the environments. So that's why it is not showing it here. Okay, but if you type this in command like Conda create -name demo, it will download few dependencies. Okay. So now we have created the environment, and once you create the environment, you need to activate that environment so that you can install the packages. So to activate the environment, you can see this is the command. So again, Conda activate demo. Now the moment I click on this button, like enter button, you can see inside the bracket demo. So what it is showing that currently we are inside the demo environment that we have just created. Now I want to check the version of this demo environment. So again, I can type just simply Python double underscore double hyphen version, enter. And you can see this demo Python environment is working on 3.11.5. Now the reason is, when we created this environment using this command, we did not mention any particular Python version. So by default, this demo environment is created using Python default version. Now I want to deactivate this environment. Now note down this version 3.11.5. Okay. Now I will deactivate the environment. So you just have to type conda deactivate. Now we are outside that environment. Now I will check Python version again. Now see, the default base version is 3.11.5 and the demo that I have created is again Python 3.11.5. So the thing is, when you create a Python Conda environment and you don't mention a Python version, that means it will utilize Python default version, which is 3.11.5 in this case. Okay. So again, let's note down the command create Conda environment using default Python. So for that you can type conda create hyphen name demo. Now this particular name demo, you can give any name to your environment. It could be your personal name, project name or anything, but I will suggest use proper standardized name. Don't give personal name to your environment, because at the end you will deploy this model in production. So make sure that you follow proper Python standard. Okay. And make sure that when you write a name inside the Conda environment, you don't have to add space. So let's say if I want to write this way, my env. So avoid spaces inside your name, because it will conflict with your command. So in that case, if you want to use space, you can always use underscore. So my env dot underscore env project, something like that. So always avoid space and use underscore instead of using space in programming. Okay. So to create an environment using default Python version, you can use conda create hyphen name demo. Now let's say if I want to use Python version 3.13 or 3.12, then I just have to write that Python version. So again, let's go to CMD. So again, I will clear the screen. Now we'll type same command conda create hyphen name. This time I will write demo 2 because I have already created demo. But in demo 2, I want to use Python version Python equal to 3. Let's say 9. And now click on enter. So this demo 2 will use Python 3.9 version. Now in my machine, I have installed Python 3.11. So what this command will do, it will download the 3.9 version. So here you can see Python, and it will download this Python 3.9 packages while creating this Conda environment. So now I will just type Y and click on enter. Then it will download all these dependencies for 3.9 version. So I have created a Conda environment with Python 3.9 version, and I can install all the dependencies inside this particular environment. So one thing you need to make sure that while creating a Conda environment, make sure that your computer is properly connected with the internet, because it will download all the packages from PIP repository. So for that you require a good connections, good internet connectivity. So we'll wait for a couple of seconds. So now you have seen that it is showing that these packages will be installed, but there is no progress bar for installing these packages. The reason is I have already created a Conda environment with Python 3.9 version. So that is why it has already installed these packages. But let's say if you run this command in your machine, you will see some progress bar of downloading those packages. Okay. So once you get this path, that means all the commands has been executed properly. Now let's activate the Conda environment. Conda activate demo 2, enter. Now we are currently inside the demo 2 library, demo 2 environment. Now let's check the Python version, Python __ version, enter. Now here you can see the Python version is 3.9.21. So for this particular dedicated environment, we are using Python 3.9.21. Now let's create one more environment. Python, not Python. Let me clear the screen. Now let's type Conda, create -- name, and name will be demo 3 Python 3.13. I'm not sure whether 3.13 is available or not, but in case if it is available, you can just mention the Python 3.13 version and enter. Now again, it will take couple of seconds to download and fetch all the dependencies. Now you can see 3.13 is available at this time, and till now I have not installed Python 3.13 in my machine. So this is the first time process. So to get 3.13 on my machine, this command will download these packages and it will require 22 MB of data. Okay, now if I click on enter, you will see that progress bar. Okay, why? Enter. Now you can see progress bar and all the packages will be downloading from PIP repository. So we'll wait for a couple of seconds so that download will complete. Now here you can see this environment will download 3.13 Python version, which is of 16 MB. So till now in my machine there was no Python 13 version available. Now we have Python 3.13 version present in my machine, but in a proper dedicated environment. But still I have default Python version 3.11. So now you can see I'm using multiple version like 3.10, 3.9, 3.13. So this is the main use of Anaconda environment. Like you can use different Python version in different libraries as well. So it will take couple of seconds to install. Now you can see the environment is ready. Now we can activate the environment. So Conda activate demo 3. Okay, now we are inside the demo 2. First we need to, I have typed wrong command. So let me clear the screen, and first I need to deactivate this demo 2. So I will simply type Conda deactivate, enter. Now we are in a base environment. Now let's type Conda activate demo 3. Now we are inside the demo 3 environment. Okay. So now we have seen how to create an environment. Now we'll see how to install libraries and packages inside the environment.